All right, gang. Welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire challenge. Ohio Richlands. It's October. You may be asking yourself, Z, you said you were going to jump a bunch of months. I was planning to do that. But then I said, well, we're almost done with the potatoes, and I'd really like to get something in the ground for those potatoes, so we're going to do that. So we have a few other things that I've done off camera that I want to bring up quickly. First of all, let's try to fill up everything with some potatoes here. We probably need to do the same thing for some straw that we have stored. But so we talked about making potato pancakes, right, a while ago. That is actually in the process now. I had went ahead and took the eggs over to here, wherever it's at down here, right? And I have the canola oil distributing, so we are now making potato pancakes, as you can see. It is turned on, so not a whole lot of canola oils over there right now, though, so we need some more to get chugging through there, but we are making those. We're selling those out directly, so that's some more money that's going to be coming in for us, which is great. We've got plenty of starch. I'm actually considering just putting the starch on selling for a brief period because we have so much, and we're going to be waiting a little while for the canola anyway. So the rest of that canola that we harvested in the last episode, I put directly into our production here, our oil production here. So there's 29,000 liters in there, so it's churning through that, but it is a slow process. So in the interim, while we wait, because we have so much starch, it won't even spawn anything else. We're just going to turn that onto selling. So that's going. The pasta is going still. Plenty of that. We're starting to get a little bit here in the storage, but nothing too crazy yet. I don't think... I know we've looked before, gang, but just bear with me. I've got so much going on, I forget. I don't think it's best to sell anytime soon. Not until December, January, as I kind of expected, right? Fresh pasta, a little bit better in November, but really we're going to wait till December as well for that, so... Lots to do, and lots to wait on. So we're going to get the rest of the potato field harvested today. We're going to get something in the ground there. And that's it, man. That's what we got to do today. Now, I think the grass is probably ready to mow, too. So that's another thing for us to do and make some money off of. We'll throw some potatoes in there. I'm going to check all the other productions and make sure none of them need potatoes. Looks like the pasta could use a little bit. They don't need that much, but like a little bit. They're fine on potatoes. They don't need any. I think that's it, right? Everything else is potatoes we just filled up, so yeah, let's go drop some off here at the pasta production. And the rest of this can go into storage because the harvester is nearly full yet again. Now, those eggs are probably going to be in the way a little bit, but looks like we're going to be able to hit it here on the edge, so that's what we're going to do. Perfect. Alright, so let's put the rest of these in our multi-fruit wooden silo over there. Really kind of makes the other silos kind of obsolete, but according to the rules that I've set, I am not allowed to get rid of them. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Having a good day, staying safe, all the good stuff. Things are good here. Things are good. Doing this video about a week exactly out, so I'm starting to get the videos kind of built up as I've been talking about doing here for the last few episodes on different series about trying to get them prepped for me being out of town and then coming back for a couple weeks and then subsequently being out of town again for work just after that, so... The other thing we're going to attempt to try to do today, it's still not going to be the best time to sell them, but we're going to try to knock down some of these trees with the Tree Devour mod. I don't know how many, if any, it'll let me do. You saw how many issues I was having before trying to get any of them to chop down, so... But either way, we are going to attempt it. What is this worker doing? So just between me and you, randomly... off camera when I was working on all the other stuff I did, somehow the worker was here and got all the way across that field over into that tree line, the far tree line out there, and said, worker has completed their task. So they're full, but why are you sitting like this? You just killed some crop because of that reason. Why would you... these workers, I'm telling you, they're idiots. But we're nearly done with this field, and when we are, we can sell this machine, and that's going to give us, you know, $400,000 back, which will be nice, right? Now, the other thing we're going to try to look into today, I don't know if it'll come to fruition today or not, but we're going to at least look into putting it down, probably, is doing the cookies. Everybody's been mentioning do the cookies, so I think we're going to do that. We're also probably going to put down a few production-esque items, like windmills, things like that, that are going to make us money as we just sit here and carry along. So we're probably going to do that too. It's going to probably spend a lot of our money to do all of this, but we have, well, let's see, what, about 2 months? Well, I guess a little bit less than that before FS25 comes out, but I've got about a month and a half-ish before I really will probably be able to do a video on it. So, I need to make sure I do some calculations on some of these production-like windmills that I consider putting down to make sure that it makes sense, because if we don't get our monies out of it, then I'm not going to put it down, right? If I put it down and we're not going to be able to, you know, pay it off or pay for whatever it is, and to, you know, provide us a little bit of extra money, we're not going to put it down. Obviously, we can sell it at the end, but you get what I mean. I want to make sure we're making a good amount of money from whatever it is we're putting down, because otherwise it's just a waste of our time and a waste of our space. So this down here is not going to be the most elegant potato harvesting you've ever seen. I'm literally just going to try to get some of these scraps up and out of the way that the worker's not going to hit no matter what anyway. And then we can throw it back on a worker at that point, obviously, but we got to get this section kind of taken care of ourselves, and then we can move on. Just going to do a couple of these weird little passes here just to make sure when I'm turning, I'm not killing any of these potatoes. I want to try to make sure we get the remaining potatoes out as much as possible here, since we lost so many of them because of the stupid worker job over there in the corner. So alright, we're underway. We're probably going to kill a little bit. There's not really a whole lot I can do about it. And the trees are getting in the way again, as you kind of expected, right? Okay, we're missing a tiny bit here. Okay, here we go. That's better. Now, what are we going to put in this field? Great question. I really haven't thought about it. I don't know what I want to put in this field, to be honest with you. So if we look at the map, we have wheat here. We got a canola field here. We've got a barley field here. We have an oat field, a sorghum field, 2 cotton fields, and another barley field. So I think personally, I don't know. I don't know. I got to think about it a little more. It's probably going to be like wheat, more than likely. Maybe soybeans. I mean, we have a soybean field I showed you, right? But I don't know. Yeah, probably soybeans, honestly. We don't have a soybean field currently. So, yeah, probably soybeans. I think it makes the most sense because we've got some stuff we can utilize with soybeans, right? We get the flour. We can also make the potato stuff with the soybeans as well. So there's a lot of uses for the soybeans. So probably soybeans. So let's carry on here. This, like I said, this is not the most elegant potato harvest you've ever seen, but I mean, if I put it into a time lapse, it'll probably be a lot better than what we're currently watching. It's just a slow process. So let's get this done, and we'll see where we're at after I get all of these scraps taken care of, and we can put that back on our worker for the last few passes to fill up the remainder of this field of potatoes. Alright, so that's done. Let the worker continue on there, trying to get the rest of that harvested up for us. We've got to do some other touch-up, cleanup work that we talked about we wanted to do, right? We need to put some straw in here, unload the straw everywhere. Where's it at? Come on. There it is. Tons and tons and tons of straw. So let's fill this up, and we can fill up all of the BGAs here with straw to make us a lot more money. And then, we're going to look into the cookies thing. Now, I'm going to admit to you, I have never done cookies. So, I don't really know what it entails. I would assume we probably have to get cows or some sort as well, which we weren't really planning on doing in this series, but I think at this point, I mean, if it's going to help us get there, we might want to. But we'll see. I mean, I know it's going to take flour, obviously, but what else it'll take, who knows? But we'll at least get everything kind of planned and set up, and then once we're done with all that, we're going to try to get some of the trees going here. See if we can knock down some more of these trees. And then we'll take a look at the map and see if there's anything out there map-wise. It actually took all of it, so we need to get some more. Maybe I should have used the... I'm going to do that now. Use the loading wagon. That has a lot more storage than this thing does. But we'll look at the map and we'll see if there's any other fields to potentially buy. We've got to upgrade the header today too. Well, we don't have to do it today, but I mean, why not? If we're going to utilize this episode to be, which would be typically a little bit, you know, well, I don't know if I would say it's shorter. It's probably going to be around the same time length, but an episode where we don't have as much going on as far as on the farm goes, right? And then hopefully after time we're done with doing all of that, hopefully the worker will have completed that field over there and we can actually drill it for something. Alright, filled up. Let's unload this. Probably after this, after we're done unloading this, I'll take this tractor over to the other, to the grass field, because I'm pretty sure, we'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure the grass is ready to be mowed, so we'll take this over there and put it on the mower and let the worker do their thing. Let's drive over there and make sure, and then we'll look at the cookies. I stand corrected. I thought it was going to be ready. It's next month, so it'll be November when this is ready. But that's okay. We got to come over here anyway. The sheep need some water and food anyway, so... and that's where this tractor belongs anyway. We've kind of left it over here, so... we can hook these up and at least feed them and get them taken care of, right? Almost out of grass there, so it's good that the grass is going to be ready next month. We need it. Oh, this trigger point for this thing is so finicky, man. I'm going to have to move that trailer. I was hoping I'd be able to hit it here, because I swear this is where it was at before, but that trailer, when I moved it, must have got in the way. Dang. Alright, let me move the trailer. Alright, they're good now. They are good to go, nothing to worry about there. 9 o'clock just hit, so we should have sold, I think, some of that starch, right? I mean, starch isn't worth a whole lot of money, I don't think, so we probably didn't make a ton, but... let me just make sure that it actually sold, and then I'm not going crazy here. Yeah, it sold. So let's store the rest of it, because we're going to need it. Good. Alright, so that's good. Worker's full again, so let's go ahead and unload him. Or her. A few more passes, and this field's done, gang, so we can get ready to bring over the drill. In just a second. So let them do that. Let me do some research here on the cookies and putting some stuff down for cookies. And we'll go from there. Alright, gang, I did some research. Hold on a second here, gang. I gotta fix the microphone. It dropped on me. There it goes. I did some research. It is going to require a lot of stuff to do. Really, we're gonna have to get cows, or we just have to buy milk. I guess we could just buy milk. Maybe that's the way we go. Maybe we just buy some of that equipment, or some of the items we need for it, instead of actually just, producing them. It's an option. We'll have to think about it. We're almost done with this field as far as harvesting it. We're going to re-drill this field today, and I've spent a little bit of money, as you can probably tell. Not a ton of money, but I spent a little bit. But I want to kind of walk you through what I did. First up, you can already see it. I put down one of those big, massive open-air greenhouses. This will make us a ton of money. It'll also help us whenever we do decide to do the cookies. whenever that time comes. This can make a lot of stuff that we need for that. Strawberries, etc. Now, it won't make everything we need, and it'll probably make too much, but we can always flip it onto something else, you know, sell it, whatever it may be. We can put this on cotton, and so we can send that directly to Grandma's house or the fabric place. You know, all kinds of things we can do with this. So I think it's really going to be helpful for us to have this. It's going to require a lot of water, which is a good thing that we have that unrealistic water tanker there. And the water's just right over there, so not too far away. So we'll be able to hopefully keep this going strong. Now, I did put it in our little grass field, so our grass field continues to get smaller and smaller and smaller. I promise I won't take any more of it up, and we may do something here. Maybe some windmills, something like that. They are kind of expensive, though, and I'm afraid that we won't get our money's worth out of those. But we'll have to see. The couple other things I did. Let me flip to another thing I can get out of here. I put down some of the things we utilize already in many different series. We put down some of the antenna stuff because it's just, you know, it's easy money, really. I put down a few of these propane tanks, a couple out back there and a couple here, so that makes us a little bit of extra money. And I put down a couple of the homemade wind turbines over here. So there's 3 of them here. They're not bad. It will probably make our money's worth on that, maybe a little bit over that, but it'll help us with some of the fees and stuff that we, you know, accumulate every night. So that's what I did kind of off camera, just to try to help. You know, they're not going to be a massive help, but it will be a help nonetheless. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling up the water here in our greenhouse, and we're going to get this thing going. Now, I think what I'm going to do for now is probably put it on cotton, because we don't have the cookies put down. I did some research on the cookies. I have a few ideas for the cookies. Let's do a quick save here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me turn on the greenhouse first. I'm probably just going to put it on cotton for now, because I think cotton makes us a ton of money right now. So I think it just makes sense for us to do cotton. I'm just going to do standard cotton. I'm not even going to worry about the seeds and the solid fertilizer, all that stuff. Let's just do it from water. And then we can distribute it, and it'll go wherever it wants to go, really. Hopefully it goes not to the spinnery, but, I mean, because the spinnery takes a while. But if it does, it does, right? This production here, it makes so much. It flies through it. So it's going to help us no matter what, no matter where it goes. So that's good. We'll continue to make some more clothes that way. It makes us a lot more money. Now I'm going to have to get a lot more water for this. I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, this thing holds a ton of water. Yeah, it's got 90,000 liters of water in there currently, and it's not even in the green. So let me go make another trip of these. Let me go make another trip filling this up. I got to be careful here. Good thing that this is not germinated to the point where it would actually be destroying it. Because we own this field now, so I gotta be careful when I'm driving over here to get water. So while this is filling up with water, it won't take long. I can show you what I'm talking about. So the production we're going to utilize for these cookies is, here it is, the cookie factory. It's not too expensive, but there's a lot of cookies it can make, as you can see. There's chocolate, raisins, chocolate chip, raisins, sugar, all kinds of cookies. Now, if you are able to make all of the cookies and you bundle them together, it's like $80-something thousand per box. So I can totally get where all of my subscribers were coming from in the comments, saying that you can absolutely still have a chance to hit, you know, a billion if you do that. And they're right. They're right. It would be a little cheaty, though, because we don't have cows or anything like that, so we'd have to go through the route of just buying that stuff. But, I mean, that's one way to get there if we really, really wanted to. Not sure that's the path we're going to go or not, but at least we're going to do the cookies at least at some point. Maybe not this episode, but probably the next one. Or if not the next one, the following one. Actually, we might end up doing it this one. I'm very wishy-washy about this stuff, gang, and it's just because I've never got to this point, I think, in a series where I'm so far behind. I have so much to do. I have so much to try to think through on how to do stuff. And it's just a lot. It's a lot for me to comprehend what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. But I'll get there. I will get there, gang. But there's that voice again. I don't know where that's coming from. There's nothing around here. You would think if I could hear it here, I'd be able to hear it on our farm or anywhere else, and you can't. So I don't know where that microphone or that megaphone is coming from, but I'm killing this guy's crop, evidently. Evidently, I can kill this guy's crop. Look, I'm just killing his corn right now. Sorry, man. I don't own that field, I promise. Look, I'll show you. I don't own that field. I promise you I didn't buy it off camera or screw anything up. I promise. See? I don't own it. Anyway. Alright, so that's all said and done. So I guess, really, we're going to get ready to drill the field. And, yeah. Man, look at this. This thing holds so much water. Look at this. It still has we're only halfway through. I think we're going to call it enough for right now. It's probably going to need it soon, but we're going to call it enough for right now. Let's get into this, because it's done. We can unload the rest of these potatoes, and then we can go get the actual drill, and we can get this field drilled up. It's going to be a little bit of an awkward field. But that's okay. Probably should have did something a little bit differently here because of this little, I don't know what you would call it, drain off, runoff area. But that's alright. So we can take this back and sell it now too. So this is going to make us a good amount of money back. We're going to fix it up before we do it. Doesn't need that much because I did fix it up a little bit ago off camera. But nevertheless, we'll take it back and get this fixed up. Fold this sucker up. We don't need it out anymore. Make it easier for us to drive as well. So I will fix this up and I will see you at the shop when we go sell this. Oh shit! Oh shit. Well, I just wasted some crop. I swear this wasn't on the next stage yet. Fuck. That's my fault, gang. Whoops. Hey, accidents happen, right? Accidents happen. Okay, well that sucks. I swear that wasn't on the next stage. I swear I was driving over the cotton field. Okay. Alright, we're pulling up here. Man, I'm so upset with myself about doing that. Now, admittedly, it has been a day and a half, actually, since I was doing this episode. I told you I may not get it done because it was late at night and I didn't, and then the next day I just did not have the time, unfortunately, to do it, but... Alright, we're going to get $518,416 back, so that's really nice. Back to $3,607,000. I shouldn't say back to that. I think that might be the most we've had so far. Let's get into the John Deere here, and let's get the drill out. What do we want to put over there? What do we got? What do we got in here? So we've got sorghums, a couple barleys, a wheat field. We've got a canola field. We don't have any soybean fields, so it looks like soybean's going to be the answer. Now, I did drive, because I just wanted to test it, because I was upset about what I did. I did drive over the cotton field, and it let me drive over it no problem. So, I don't know, maybe the cotton field has a longer period of time before you actually can kill it. Maybe it's because it's sorghum. That makes probably a lot more sense when you think about it. But yeah, also I pushed this tree from all the way over there to over here. Not really the most ideal spot that it's in, but it's there now for now. But we'll get rid of it here in a second once I get the tree devourer mod. So just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. I'm driving over this one right now. Look, not killing it at all. See? Not killing anything. So that's really probably the reason why I just drove over it, because I was thinking of this field, right? And I can drive over this field absolutely no problem right now. That's what we're going to utilize, at least, as the excuse. That's alright. I mean, it killed a little bit, but it's not that much. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, as far as this field goes, I'm kind of leaning towards leaving a decent size area here, the not drill in. Reason for that, just to make it easier when we turn around and stuff. Because we're probably going to put like a grass, painting line out like we did on all the other fields, just to make it easier here. Now, I don't necessarily think it'll be as big as what I'm going to leave here, but you get the point. Yeah, something around there I think is sufficient for now. It's going to have a lot of weeds just sitting there, but that's all right. Once we get rid of this field, like I said, eventually we'll... Well, I don't know. This may be one field, or we may end up, splitting it up like I talked about. I really don't know yet. Kind of have to think it through a little more, I think. Both have their plus and minuses, right? It would be a pretty big field if we combined it together. Might be beneficial to do it, but yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm actually just going to drill over this section that the worker planted. It's going to be I know we're wasting a little bit, but that's all right. We're just going to do it anyway. There's my tracks from driving across it. And we were going to sell the potato harvester. So we'll go around the headland here like we typically do. At least a pass of the headland. Probably 2 passes, though, honestly, given the situation that we've got ourselves into on this field. Yeah, 2 for sure. Now, we are going to have to spray this field again. We'll have to do another application of fertilizer, but more than likely what we're going to do here, gang, is once this has been drilled and sprayed, we will likely, the next episode at least, we will skip from this month until something is ready to harvest. I do understand that I would need to fertilize this field a second time for a second application. I will do that myself off camera. That way we just, can help the series out a little bit, right? We're not just doing an episode just so I can fertilize this one field. Now, I don't know if I said that already or not. Like I said, it's been a couple of days, well, almost 2 days, since I was working on this specific episode. So bear with me if I did say it already. I apologize. I didn't really go back and watch it. I probably should have, but I didn't. So bear with me. Now, I think, having said all the stuff that I did say about the cookies, I think I can actually buy milk from our buying silo. I think. I'm not 100% positive on that fact, but I think I can. What I think I'm going to probably end up doing here is once we get, the headland pass is kind of done here, I will buy a... Well, actually, I could just use our water tank, couldn't I? Well, actually, I should look at it before I say that. I should look and see if milk can be put in our water tank. It might not be able to. But if I buy a tank of some sort that can hold milk, we could test this theory out. Because even if we can't, if we want to do cookies, we've got to get milk at somehow. Because we've got to make butter. So that means either we have to do cows or we are able to just buy it from the shop or something like that. That's kind of where we're at. So if we test that out, though, with our current tank, actually, it would probably be able to tell if we just look at it. It can't hold milk. So, even though it's really for water, we can just, send that back and forth as need be to fill up the cookie factory, wherever we decide to put it. Now, the cookie factory is massive, and that's kind of the reason why I haven't put it in yet. I could have put it in the grass where we put the greenhouse, but I think it just made sense to put the greenhouse there because our little pond right there is so close, and we're going to be utilizing that for the sheep anyway. So I just felt like it was a smarter spot to put that there instead of putting the cookie factory down there. So that's what we did. So as far as putting the cookie factory down, right now, if I put it down anywhere else that we owned, we would be killing some of the crop that we have. The only place I could put it is where I'm actually actively drilling the field right now, and I don't want to put it back here. It's too far away from our main camp area. Kind of where we put the sheep and everything else, I feel like that's kind of already too far away. So I don't want to put a whole lot more over there unless it has to do with water. So anyway, We'll have to see where I decide to put it at. It won't be until we're able to harvest again, which is kind of why I'm thinking and leaning towards saying to you, even though I've been very wishy-washy about it, we'll do it in the next episode when we actually are able to harvest something. Once we harvest a field, we can make a decision on where we want to put that cookie factory down at. Hopefully everything I'm saying makes sense to you, but if it doesn't, well, I'm sorry. I know I've been all over the place today in this episode, but we'll make it through, gang. We'll get there. We're gonna get to 100 million at a minimum. We're gonna get there. I'm fully confident on that one. There's still a chance for higher than that, but I'm fully confident we'll get to 100 million. And a few of you I know mentioned in the comments that, you know, maybe there is still time for this series to get to 1 billion because you never know. And you're right. You never know. They might delay FS25. I doubt it, but they might delay it. With the way that industry is nowadays, they always delay stuff left and right. So you never know. But hopefully not. As much as I would like to get to 1 billion on this series, because that was our initial goal, I strived too big for what was actually achievable here. Certainly, if we had 2 or 3 episodes, a week on this series, like all my other series had been when I started this one way back many, many, many months ago, we'd probably actually be able to get to $1 billion. But the fact that we did almost entirely 1 episode per week for the good portion of, 5 months? Almost 5 months at least? I mean, that hurt us, right? That really did. That hurt us. So... So let me get this headland pass done here. I won't do a time lapse or anything. I'll just jump cut here. I'll get around the headland a second pass. We'll put it on a worker, and then we're going to jump over to the New Holland, hook up the water tank or whatever the tanker in general, and we're going to drive it over here to our buying silo and see if we can buy milk from it. I'm almost positive you can buy milk from that silo, but I want to double check before I lied to you all, because I said that we could just do that, and that would help us with the cookies. And it would. We wouldn't have to worry about doing the cows and all the stuff that comes with the cows, even though it's a little cheaty. I mean, most of this game, the things we do anyway, are a little cheaty. Us buying silo is a little cheaty to begin with. Not even a little cheaty, it's a big cheaty to begin with, right? So, let me get around the headland here, and we'll test it out and make sure that I am correct that you can put milk in it. Alright, let's try this out. No, I cannot buy milk from it. Okay. I lied to you all. I am sorry. I swore you could. A couple other things to note that I didn't really think about until just now. The big, massive open-air greenhouse we can also make potatoes and sugar beets from that, which means we can send those directly to our BGA, which is just extra money. So whenever our grandma's house gets overrun with items... with cotton or whatever, fabric, cotton, whatever, we can flip it to doing those and then just make sure that they are completely maxed out at all times. And I think you can turn on multiples. Maybe I will do that right now. Quick save here again. Not even a maybe. I'm pretty positive we can do that. Cotton, yeah, we can turn on multiples. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn on multiples and we're going to have them distribute. Because why not? And they've got all these other things, right, we can make. Tomatoes, lettuce, strawberries, soybeans, sunflowers, corn, grapes. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here we can make, right? So, this is going to be a big-time game changer right here of this. I probably should have put it in earlier. I think early on I said I wasn't going to really plan on doing any greenhouses of any sort. But at this point, we're going greenhouses, man. Now, having all of those on, we're definitely going to need to fill this sucker up with some water. So that's what we're going to do. So, again, I won't do a time-lapse of this. This is pretty monotonous and boring to watch. But I will continue to fill this thing up until it's pretty much max. And we'll go from there. I probably need to give this tractor well, probably the tractor for sure, but the tanker here a little service there. They're getting a little low. Alright, it's full, maxed out on water, so that's good. Only one of our BGAs will take the regular sugar beet. It has to be cut sugar beet. So that one will get pretty full pretty quickly, so eventually we'll just have to, you know, probably turn it off, I'm sure. But having potatoes in there, it's going to make the potatoes we have probably take a long time to get through all that, so we can utilize a lot of those potatoes for the other productions, right? I mean, obviously that we'll be sending it to all the different productions we have, so that's going to be a good thing, right? It's going to constantly be making us money as we carry on here. Alright, paired to the New Holland. I'm going to take the New Holland back here. Actually, I'm going to fill it up on gas really quick too, and then I'll take it back over there. Leave it be. We're going to get the sprayer out pretty much immediately after that. And we're going to head over there and start working on spraying the field that the worker is actively in the process of drilling for us. And that's pretty much the only other thing left to do today. Like I said, we'll have to figure something out for the cookies. I don't know. I really thought that silo was going to allow us to buy milk, and it doesn't. So I'm going to have to figure something else out for the milk, I guess. Is there a location on this map that I can even buy the milk from? That's the first question. They're not selling it anywhere that I'm seeing. So that's a problem. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I don't know if I can find some kind of buying production silo of some sort to buy the milk, or are we actually going to have to go the path of doing cows? Which, if we do, that's fine. I don't dislike doing cows. I just had planned on not doing any other animals on this series, with the exception of the sheep and the bees and the chickens. So, not that we can't. We certainly can. Right, there's still plenty of eggs there. I had to move some of these eggs out when I reloaded the game. It was like spamming, like glitching out on no more capacity for eggs. So I had to move some of those, and then it stopped. There's still some sitting there, but it stopped for whatever reason, so I don't know. Let's get into the sprayer here, gang, or let's hook up the sprayer, rather. And I'll see you over at the other field. Alright, well, we're waiting on the worker to get a little bit further along. I'm going to go ahead and bring the potatoes back over here, because we haven't done that yet. So we can go ahead and dump whatever we can into the BGAs here. It's not going to accept... I just ran right into that. It's not going to accept a whole lot of it, but... whatever we can get rid of, we will. And then the rest can go into the storage for now. Okay, the rest are going to go in storage. I'm going to take a look at our drying factory. I don't think I've looked at that to see how it's doing. There's probably a bunch of digest. It has to be, right? There's got to be a bunch in there. Where it is? Here it is. Actually, nope, there's not. We sold some earlier, I know, but I thought there was going to be a lot more in there, but there's not. I thought there'd be a lot flipping over there, but I guess not. All right, I'm almost going to leave that right there for now. Let's grab the straw here, and we'll dump some more straw out. Alright, so I'll leave that there for right now. Let me just go ahead and put this over on the side somewhere. This will work for now. Okay. Worker's pretty far along. Still a ways to go, though. We'll catch up to this worker pretty quickly here, so... Let me get this all like lined up here, and then we'll probably just do a little bit of a jump cut here. I don't want to do another time lapse. We'll do a jump cut here. Actually, after saying that, I feel like we did a time lapse in the first one, but again, like I said, it's been a couple of days, so bear with me here for a minute, gang. I'm not really with it today. Today's not my day. All right. Got this lined up. Let me wait, get the worker going a little bit further here, and then we'll get started on spraying here. All right, we're nearly done here, gang. Pretty much just this little section here. There's a couple little tiny spots I was missing here and there, just because I was not perfectly going down the path as I should, but we'll touch them up, not a big deal. I realized I wasted a little bit of herbicide in certain portions when we were going around, but I'm not that worried about it. The last thing we're going to do today is I'm going to see, I don't know if it can or not, but that multi-fruit silo, I'm going to see if it'll store wood chips. If it will, then we're going to start taking away some of these trees right now just to make it easier on us if we can do so. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get to all of them because I'm going to kill crop in certain fields now at this point, it looks like, but I think a good chunk of them I will be able to get rid of. So, with the exception of a few tiny little misses here, this field is now complete. So I'll get all of this equipment put away off camera. I'm just going to kind of jump to something else really quickly here. Let me turn this on really quick. I'll get them all folded up at least. I can all put those back into the barn off camera. You've seen me do that 1,000 times. There's no reason for me to show that again. So let's jump on the Vulture here, and let's see what we can do as far as the wood chips go. I hope that we can unload them into that multi-fruit silo. Because if we can, then we really don't have to worry about waiting until the best time to sell wood chips. We can literally just go for it. We just unloaded it in here, so that's fun. Let's see if it'll dump it in here or not. Oh, I'm going to move that out of the way. I always leave these things here because I'm like, oh, you know, I'll use them again before I have to move them. But nope, here I am needing to move this one already. Oof. So I'll just set this right here for now. I'll clean all this up off camera. You guys know that I hate it when the yard looks like a mess. I hate it. It's like, I don't really have OCD, but sometimes I feel like I do have a bit of OCD because things like that bother me. Well, at least I've never been diagnosed with any kind of OCD, I guess is what I should say. It says it's going to unload them in there, so I say we go and try to get rid of as many trees as we can, at least on this tree line here, that always causes us some mayhem and some issues. Okay, I don't know exactly how I'm going to get rid of this thing. That's probably going to help. Sweet. Alright, we know we can drive across the cotton field, so let's just drive across the cotton field here and let's see how many we can get rid of. It's going to yell at me and say, you don't own this land, like it always does, but we're going to see if we can get rid of them, if we can try to cheat it a little bit and get rid of them. That's step one. There we go. Good. Let's keep going down this path here. I mean, it's letting me do some stuff to it, but not really get rid of it, doesn't look like. I was able to take all the leaves and everything off of it, but it's not letting me chop it down. It doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. I'm gonna go at it at a different angle and just try it one more time. This still says no, it says no. There, let me do it that time, so who knows, man, who knows. In any case, this is going to be a tremendous amount of help. We just got to be careful of the workers, really. We just got to make sure we do the outside pass like we normally would, right? Alright, well that's glitching, so that's great. Can I please get rid of this guy? Okay, I guess not. Let me see if I can pick him up now. I can. Good, good, good. This is helping. This is helping. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Look at this. Completely cleared this area out. This is great. Okay, this one's going to probably be a pain. I might have to go from the other angle on that one. I might have to wait till we harvest that field to get that one. I stand corrected, gang. Okay, that stump is going to be a little bit difficult to get rid of, I think. Well, we might have to come back to that later. I might have to take an axe to it and chop it down a little bit more and then try to get it. That might help me. Right? Can't really get a whole lot more trees on here before it's going to be full. We're going to have to go back and unload this thing. See if we can get this last tree here. And the rest of it I can probably just do off camera now that you kind of see what I'm doing here and how I'm going to go about it. I'm going to try to, like I said, get rid of every tree in this row. If I can get rid of every tree in this row, it's going to be... Man, it's going to be a game changer for us. Alright, let's get rid of this last one over here, and then we'll go and drop these off, and more than likely end the episode at that point. And we're full. And there's still some kind of stump there of some sort. That's okay. So I'm going to take these back, I'll drop it off, I'll continue on here. We're going to get rid of that tree there and the one that's already down, and then we'll try to get rid of those up there if I can get rid of them without causing any issues. Like I said, I may have to wait on those until we have a field harvested, just based off of the angles I might have to go at, right? But, yeah, productive day, a little bit of a back and forth, wishy-washy type of episode, but you're going to have those sometimes when you're really trying to figure out what the hell you're doing, right? So, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.